HarperCollins presents The Man in the Mist by Agatha Christie, read by Hugh Fraser.
The Man in the Mist. Tommy was not pleased with life. Blunt's brilliant detectives had met with the reverse, distressing to their pride, if not to their pockets. Called in professionally to elucidate the mystery of a stolen pearl necklace at Adlington Hall, Adlington, Blunt's brilliant detectives had failed to make good. Whilst Tommy, hard on the track of a gambling countess, was tracking her in the guise of a Roman Catholic priest, and Tuppence was getting off with the nephew of the house on the golf links, the local inspector of police had unemotionally arrested the second footman, who proved to be a thief well known at headquarters and who admitted his guilt without making any bones about it. Tommy and Tuppence, therefore, had withdrawn with what dignity they could muster, and were at the present moment solacing themselves with cocktails at the Grand Adlington Hotel. Tommy still wore his clerical disguise. "Hardly a Father Brown touch, that," he remarked gloomily. "And yet I've got just the right kind of umbrella." "It wasn't a Father Brown problem," said Tuppence. "One needs a certain atmosphere from the start. One must be doing something quite ordinary, and then bizarre things begin to happen. That's the idea." "Unfortunately," said Tommy, "we have to return to town. Perhaps something bizarre will happen on the way to the station." He raised the glass he was holding to his lips, but the liquid in it was suddenly spilled as a heavy hand smacked him on the shoulder, and a voice to match the hand boomed out words of greeting. "Upon my soul, it is! Old Tommy! And Mrs. Tommy, too! Where did you blow in from? Haven't seen or heard anything of you for years." "Why, it's Bulger," said Tommy, setting down what was left of the cocktail and turning to look at the intruder, a big, square-shouldered man of 30 years of age, with a round, red, beaming face and dressed in golfing kit. "Good old Bulger! But I say, old chap," said Bulger, whose real name, by the way, was Marvin Estcourt, "I never knew you'd taken orders. Fancy you a blinking parson." Tuppence burst out laughing, and Tommy looked embarrassed, and then they suddenly became conscious of a fourth person. A tall, slender creature with very golden hair and very round blue eyes, almost impossibly beautiful, with an effect of really expensive black, topped by wonderful ermines and very large pearl earrings. She was smiling, and her smile said many things. It asserted, for instance, that she knew perfectly well that she herself was the best thing worth looking at, certainly in England, and possibly in the whole world. She was not vain about it in any way, but she just knew, with certainty and confidence, that it was so. Both Tommy and Tuppence recognized her immediately. They had seen her 3 times in The Secret of the Heart, and an equal number of times in that other great success, Pillars of Fire, and in innumerable other plays. There was perhaps no other actress in England who had so firm a hold on the British public as Miss Gilda Glen. She was reported to be the most beautiful woman in England. It was also rumoured that she was the stupidest. Old friends of mine, Miss Glen," said Estcourt, with a tinge of apology in his voice for having presumed, even for a moment, to forget such a radiant creature. "Tommy and Mrs. Tommy, let me introduce you to Miss Gilda Glen." The ring of pride in his voice was unmistakable. By merely being seen in his company, Miss Glen had conferred great glory upon him. The actress was staring with frank interest at Tommy. "Are you really a priest?" she asked. "A Roman Catholic priest, I mean? Because I thought they didn't have wives." Estcourt went off in a boom of laughter again. "Ha! That's good!" he exploded. "You sly dog, Tommy! Glad he hasn't renounced you, Mrs. Tommy, with all the rest of the pomps and vanities." Gilda Glen took not the faintest notice of him. She continued to stare at Tommy with puzzled eyes. "Are you a priest?" she demanded. "Very few of us are what we seem to be," said Tommy gently. "My profession is not unlike that of a priest. I don't give absolution, but I listen to confessions. "Don't you listen to him," interrupted Estcourt. "He's pulling your leg." "If you're not a clergyman, I don't see why you're dressed up like one," she puzzled. "That is, unless—" "Not a criminal flying from justice," said Tommy.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?